a service of CNC Worldwide.
CNC Podcasts are a service of CNC Worldwide and brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 member companies with business solutions since 1984. The New York State Assembly has passed its version of a medical marijuana law, the Compassionate Care Act. It would allow patients to be prescribed marijuana and use it under a doctor's supervision for cancer, seizures, MS, and a host of conditions where the drug is proven effective. It also sets up a system of 20 marijuana dispensaries around the state, plus the regulations by which they, the doctors, and the patients would be licensed. A similar but not identical bill passed the state Senate's Health Committee last week. It has yet to come to a vote by the full Senate. Officials from the State Office of Mental Health told residents of southeast Rochester last night they're pulling back from a plan to convert the Rochester Psychiatric Center into a forensic mental hospital, a regional facility for criminal and court-ordered patients. The plan is on hold for the time being. Residents of the area along Mount Hope and Elmwood Avenues have been concerned over the state's plans to move beds for civil patients out of Rochester. The state says it still wants to scale down the number of civil patients at the RPC and increase the number of forensic beds. The defense began its case Tuesday in the murder trial of Clayton Whittemore, the Utica area man charged with killing his girlfriend in her dorm room at SUNY Brockport. The defense theory is that Whittemore snapped during an argument with Alexandra Kogut and beat her to death because he suffered through years of physical abuse by his father. They argue that Whittemore should be charged with manslaughter instead of second-degree murder because he acted in a state of extreme emotional disturbance. The defense put its own forensic psychiatrist on the stand to support its case. It also called Whittemore's sister, who testified that their father beat her and both her brothers until they were grown, including with hockey sticks and a baseball bat. She testified he threatened to kill them if they ever told. A Monroe County grand jury has indicted the man accused in the death of a Greece toddler with second-degree murder and first-degree manslaughter. Corey Favada is accused in the death of Riley Renee Daniels, who died at the hospital a few days after her mother came home from work and found her daughter having medical issues. The family claims the 17-month-old girl was shaken and suffered brain injury because of it. Rochester Mayor Lovely Warren says she started her work week by calling the city law department, asking them to find out what other cities are doing to hold parents accountable when their children start trouble. That was the mayor's reaction to Monday night's scuffles between young people at Ontario Beach Park in Charlotte. Police closed down the park and arrested 10 people for disorderly conduct, including a couple of 16-year-olds. Police and the Monroe County Sheriff's Department had extra patrols in the park for Memorial Day, but City Councilman Adam McFadden says the young people who start the trouble aren't concerned with police presence. McFadden, who chairs the City Council Public Safety Committee, says a way needs to be found to hold the parents accountable for letting their children run around without supervision. He also says a way needs to be found to hold accountable the people he says arrange the fights and then post the videos on social media sites. Ontario County Sheriff Phil Poverow and Yates County Sheriff Ron Spikes say they have lifted the ban on motorboats for Canandaigua and Honeoye Lakes, but the ban on motorboats and jet skis continue for Keuka Lake for now. Water levels in Canandaigua and Keuka Lakes are getting back to normal after this month's floods. Both sheriffs warn that boaters still need to keep a close watch for debris floating below the surface. The Ontario County Marine Patrol removed several big trees and logs from Canandaigua Lake this past weekend. The operators of the Ginna Nuclear Power Plant in Wayne County say it's back online at full power after its planned spring shutdown. The plant was shut down in April for refueling and regular maintenance and inspection. Crews have replaced one-third of the reactor's uranium fuel. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission has licensed Ginna to run through 2029. The New York Lottery says a top prize-winning ticket for the May 24th Take 5 game was sold at Hagedorn's Market in Webster. That ticket is worth nearly $69,000. It is the second top prize ticket sold at Hagedorn's this year. The winner can be claimed at any lottery customer service center or at the Finger Lakes or Batavia Downs Gaming. Your next CNC podcast is whenever you click on one of these pages and catch one. We post updates as necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.